mornings are beautiful out here because we are in the valley here in El Paso, and we are full of beautiful trees that make this space seem sort of magical. Having the time in this space close to nature is of course very important, and being able to connect to my ideas and be in the kind of peaceful setting is really wonderful.
Nestled among the towering cottonwoods along the Rio Grande, Margarita Cabrera begins her day among hundreds of butterflies, each requiring hand-painted details and incredible patience.
This is a work that introduces the theme of the Tree of Life, which is a very traditional theme in Mexico in craft productions.
Margarita, I noticed that you like your coffee here, but those coffee makers over there kind of ended up in pieces. What's up with that?
I took a coffee maker apart to make a sculpture as a replica of the object.
You bought it to take it apart?
Yes.
A sculpted coffee maker formed by vinyl and thread, part of Margarita's internationally acclaimed body of work, capturing everyday objects.
I've heard you say pop art several times a day, and I've heard the expression all my life, but exactly what is pop art?
Well, pop art is art in historical terms that introduces objects of everyday life, popular cultural objects.
Like an Andy Warhol can of soup?
Yes, an Andy Warhol can of soup is a perfect example of pop art.
The pop art movement that rose to prominence in the 1960s revolves around the premise that as a society, we are and always will be known by our manufactured products, that common everyday objects define who we are.
We worked with a blender, a sewing machine, blow dryer. We've done a Volkswagen. We've done a Hummer.
Just about the entire ground floor of the El Paso Museum of Art is dedicated to the work of Margarita Cabrera.
These are replicas of small Hummer toys. This is an on and off button. The title is on and off. So it is an on and off button of a pink blender. This is an example of a quilt that I made for the Volkswagen. These are replicas of desert plants, and they're made with Border Patrol uniforms. Some of the white that you see are the inner linings of the pockets of the pants. This is the first coffee maker I've made. It belongs now to the museum. It's part of the El Paso Museum collection.
But it's just a coffee maker.
It is just a coffee maker, but what's important to me is who and what is behind the making of it.
You want us to look at your art and think about who's at the beginning of this process of making this piece.
That's correct.
And all the other appliances or anything else you make.
That's right. Who is behind it and how it's made.
Her everyday objects, it seems, have attracted the attention of a growing number of museums and galleries outside of El Paso.
This one, along with two other pieces, are going to be a trio of sculptures that will be part of the Smithsonian collection.
So you're saying that behind every ordinary little household object, there's a person and the heart and soul of that person that helped to create that object.
That's correct.
The mundane, the everyday, the throwaway part of our lives. That's inspiration for Margarita Cabrera. Her sculpture is a monument to the nameless, faceless people who make our lives better. Whether it's a hairdryer, coffee maker, or even a farm tractor, Margarita says each has a place as a piece of art.
It's representative of the individualism of every person behind the making of them, celebrating them and the work that they're doing that's making our lives so comfortable.